Holy moly, guys! I just found something that's worth looking at for once. So, I've had a lot of comments on my MacBook Pro Flip or Flop series, which I'm enjoying making, and it seems like you guys are enjoying watching. But I have had a few people say, why aren't there more flips? And to be perfectly honest, that is because this series is representative of what there is on eBay. There is a whole lot of garbage out there. So most of what this series is probably going to be will be me showing you guys some ridiculous listings for entertainment purposes and hopefully to show you guys what to avoid. But when I do come across stuff that I think is worth flipping, I will of course make videos on that, and that is what I have for you today. So we have a mid-2010 Core i5 15-inch MacBook Pro. This one is upgraded with 8 gigs of RAM and a 750 gigabyte hard drive. That's very encouraging. I like to see upgraded specs because a lot of these mid-2010s in the $200 range have, no hard drive, 4 gigs of RAM, or none of either of those things. So it's good to see that this one is working. And speaking of working, if we go through the pictures, this laptop is working in all of the pictures. You can see we have 15-inch, mid-2010. We've got all the specs. We've got a serial number we can check. If we go through these pictures, it's in absolutely fantastic condition, especially considering that this is an 8-year-old laptop. Look at this palm rest. Fantastic condition. No issues with the corners of the device. Looking on the bottom, it looks like one scratch, and that's pretty much it. A couple little things down here, but that's fine. This is 8 years old. This is in really, really good shape. Upon closer inspection, it looks like we might be missing 1 or 2 screws, maybe 3. There's one down on the bottom as well. That's not really that important. You can get those for like $2. And if you're going to be flipping laptops regularly, I would advise doing what I did. I just bought 10 or 20 of the little MacBook case screws so I don't have to keep ordering them. And I just keep them on the side. Now, what's interesting about this device is we have a description here. This is all we get. There's nothing really, it's just, there's nothing in the actual description. It's just in the seller notes. It says, runs fine but overheats and freezes or shuts down when taxed. Other than that, operates fine. Now, this is interesting to me because my best guess would be for something like this, a mid-2010, I would hypothesize that that is just the fact that this is an old 8-year-old computer. The thermal paste is going to be absolute garbage, and I would personally chalk it down to just that. However, it's not a sure thing. These 2010s do rarely have graphics issues. However, with a price of $200, and let's say we make him an offer for $175, we can get this for, let's just assume we can get it for $175. If it does turn out to have a graphics issue, $175 is so cheap that this computer could still make us money. $175 is so cheap that we could sell it for parts with a graphics card defect and probably still, at the very least, break even, and if not, make a little bit of money. So I would say that this is a fairly low risk investment to be making. And especially considering that this is in such good condition, people will be willing to pay for parts if they want to use the rest of the laptop. You could part this thing out if it turns out to have a faulty motherboard. The possibilities on this thing are endless. And for those reasons, I think that this is a flip. I think you can absolutely make money off of this. If it's just the thermal paste like I predict that it is, you could probably get $375, maybe $400 for this laptop, seeing as it's in such good condition. And if we do the math on that, let's assume we get it for $375, and we'll multiply that by 88% because of eBay seller fees and PayPal fees. So we've got $330 left. And if we do $330 minus, let's assume we do $175, that's $155 profits right there. That's not half bad. Granted, it might be a little less than that, like $145 if you want to include thermal paste and case screws in that price. But still, that's a pretty quick, pretty easy little bit of cash to make. And as I said before, if it does turn out to have more serious problems, A screen on one of these is probably worth 60 bucks. You could sell the top case for 30 bucks. Let's do the math on this. 60 bucks for the screen, 30 bucks for the top case. I don't know, 20 bucks for the bottom case. You could probably sell the battery for $30. You could sell the RAM for 50 bucks. You could sell the hard drive for 40 bucks. I mean, it keeps on going. You could sell the optical drive for $15. Who even knows? And, you know, you take your cut out of that, $250 for the parts, 88% of that. You're still in the green, $45. So something like this, you could definitely make money on. This is a resounding flip. So I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit hasty. I already uploaded a video today, which, by the way, you should definitely go watch. But I encourage you guys to come on over to my subreddit. We got a lot of great conversations going on here. I encourage you to come and post any interesting eBay listings that you find. I would be happy to take a look at them, and I will most likely make a video on it. I already have a video coming up in the next couple of days where I'll take a look at some user-submitted posts. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.